We are live. Hello, Outschool family. Hello, hello. It is almost the Great Outschool Campout. We've been talking about it all month, and there have been some really fun activities leading up to the Great Outschool Campout. But the main event is this weekend. So, in honor of the Great Outschool Campout, and despite the fact that it's kind of like living on the sun here in the South, I've started doing some more of my meetings outdoors because the Great Outschool Campout is virtual. You can participate from anywhere, but there's never a bad excuse for going outside, right? And getting a little vitamin D and a little fresh air. So here we are. We're going to be focusing today on writing the perfect campfire story. And I'll segue into that in a moment. And while I don't have a campfire because it's afternoon and about 1,000 degrees outside, campfire would just add to my situation, right? But we are going to be I will be enjoying the outdoors and learning a little bit about writing the perfect campfire story. If you'd like more information on the Great Outschool Campout, there are links in the caption for this post. And you can always comment or send a message asking for direction on how to join the Great Outschool Campout. We have um, a reptile experience this weekend. We have an author visit this weekend. There's all kinds of stuff going on, and it's all free. Free, 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 free. So I have some amazing guests. I have a full house today. I'm going to start off by saying hello to Teacher Jaquita. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. I am so glad you're here. We've all of our activities this month in the parent communities and on YouTube have been themed around the Great Outschool Campout. We did some paper quilling, we did campfire quilling, we made a s'more cookie bar, we baked. So we did a nature journal with Ben and teacher Natasha. And so we've been having a great time, but what is a camping experience without a campfire story, am I right?
Definitely.
We So I'm going to turn it over to Teacher Jaquita in just a few minutes, in just a few seconds, really, to talk about Campfire Story. We also have some Outschool parents and learners here. Hello, Outschool parents and learners. Towards the end of Jaquita's presentation, we are going to write our own campfire story, and we would love it if you could chime in the comments as well when we do that. Feel free to participate. So, in the meantime, as we kind of start talking about the fundamentals of a campfire story, let's do a little hello in the comment section and tell us if you've ever been camping, and if so, where's your favorite place you've ever been camping? And as those comments start to roll in, I'm going to turn it over to Teacher Jaquita. Tell us about writing the perfect campfire story.
All right. I wanted to contribute because I've only been camping in the backyard.
It counts. It's all good fun.
Place.
And you can run inside to go to the bathroom when you need to. No shrubs for you.
Perfect. Definitely. All right. Hello. Welcome, Facebook Live. Welcome, Outschool parents and learners. It's nice to have you. So, today we'll talk about writing the perfect campfire story. So, to begin, has anyone built a campfire before? Has anyone even built a campfire before? Do we know it? Do we know how sort of? Okay, I have a question. When we're building a campfire, do you think we can just put the big logs on there and it's the fire is just gonna automatically start? Definitely not, right? Thank you, Crosby. It's definitely not going to work like that. So, building a story is very similar. We might have the biggest ideas, but there's some baby steps we have to take before we get to our big fire. Are you guys ready? All right, we're going to do 5 easy steps and then we'll practice at the end. So, when it comes to writing a good story, the beginning is the most important part. You really want to hook or draw the reader in with a good lead. So you have to decide, what kind of story will I tell? Will my campfire story be a little scary? Maybe not too scary if you have little kids, right? Will it be a funny campfire story? So you definitely want to draw the reader in. So, some awesome strategies you can use: sound effects. Have you guys heard of onomatopoeias? Like boom, boom, boom. A strange knock woke me up from my nap. Ooh. Or you can do a description. As I walked through the dark forest, I heard a whisper. All right. So you can definitely make sure you do a good lead that's going to draw your reader in. After you have their attention, the next thing you want to do is establish your setting and your main character or characters. So, will Ryan be trapped in a dark, spooky forest? Or will Isabella have to battle a strange dragon in the middle of nowhere, right? So you definitely want to think about the setting and the main character or characters inside of your story, all right? Now, after that, you want to build your story up by creating rising action. What does your character or characters have to do to get to the most exciting part of your story? So, as you're building your rising action, you want to think about sensory details. Has anyone heard of sensory details before? So they appeal to our senses. So as you tell the story, you want to keep your listener engaged or your reader engaged by thinking about what could you see? What did you hear? What could you smell? What did you feel or what were you feeling? So let's do a practice. I have a picture here. Can anyone tell me, what do you see? Have any volunteers? What do you see? I'll go first. I see dark trees that are bony like skeleton fingers. Anybody? What do you see?
I was gonna go, but mine wasn't gonna be nearly that good. I was gonna say kind of like a mist or a fog. And if now that you've gone, I'm kind of inspired to add some more sensory elements like you talked about. So maybe I can feel kind of the air as I walk through it because the
Ooh,
air is
yes,
thick.
definitely. I like it. Anybody
Good
else?
one, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little creepy, a little suspenseful.
Definitely very
You're gonna pop out and scare jumping.
right. Definitely don't walk in that forest alone. What do you guys think you hear? What do you think you hear? What could you hear? Make it up. Just know anything.
Isabella says owls.
Owls. Ooh, now that's scary because yeah, something about owls hooing in the middle of the night, very scary. All right. What do you
Maybe
think?
rustling leaves, and now I'm starting to wonder who or what else is in this dark spooky forest with me.
Footsteps or creature steps.
Right. Don't know which one.
Crosby had something to say.
Crickets.
Ooh, crickets. Yes, definitely at night. Excellent. I like it. So put yourself in this picture. What do you feel? What do you think? What do you feel?
Wind.
Ooh, wind. Ooh, the wind that leaves the goosebumps on your arms. Ooh.
My
Anybody
heart
else?
rate is starting to do what it does when I get anxious.
Right. Definitely. Do you guys trust that light coming from that house? I don't know. I think I'll take my chances and walk. Definitely. But you want to use sensory details to really keep your reader engaged. Tell them what you see, feel, hear, touch, taste, smell. It keeps your audience engaged. The next step is your story has to build to something exciting. There's one major event that's always the most exciting part of the story. So maybe Ryan and her family are going camping and the snacks are disappearing every single day. And then one day, Ryan steps out and there's a big bear. It's the bear that's been stealing all of the snacks, right? What do? We're at that most intense point. There's Ryan and there's the bear. What's going to happen? What's Ryan going to do? Is she going to run away or is she going to battle the bear? So you definitely want to make sure that as you're telling your story, we're working up to one major event. We want it to be the most exciting. It's what all of the events before it have been leading to. So the last step that I suggest is wrap up your story, but it's a campfire story. So not just a normal story. So maybe you can end it with a surprise ending, maybe a cliffhanger, or maybe just a simple resolution and everything goes back to how it was, goes back to normal. So let's read a quick little campfire story that has all 5 of these elements. Are you guys ready? And then we'll make our own. All right. Have you ever been home alone at night? Ever since Tina was a little girl, when she got scared, she would put her hand under the bed and her dog would lick her hand to comfort her. We have pets. I know we have pets, right? We love our dogs, right? Well, now Tina was 14 and her parents were going out and were going to be out until late. Tina didn't want to stay home alone, but her parents told her she was old enough to stay home alone and she would be fine. Well, Tina's parents left at 8 p.m. After an hour and a half of watching TV, she went to bed. She was a little scared, sleeping with no one home when she heard a whimpering sound. almost like a puppy whining. She put her hand under her bed and her hand got licked. So she tried falling asleep again. Then she heard the sound again, the whimpering sound. So she put her hand under her bed and her hand got licked. She finally fell asleep and was woken up in the morning to the sound of her dog barking in the backyard. He had been outside all night long. Oh, Crosby's face was like, whoa. Lily is like, no. Who was licking her hand? Ooh. Wasn't the dog. So are you guys excited? Are you guys ready to try our own story? Let's
So
do it.
ready.
Nightmares tonight.
Yeah, exactly. When nobody's kids want to go in their own bed tonight, they'll be like, Teacher Jaquita.
So let's write a campfire story, but we're going to do it popcorn style just to kind of get everyone involved. I think it's just a fun activity and it gets those creative juices rolling. So when I say popcorn style, one person is going to begin our campfire story. Everyone is going to take turns and we can kind of decide. Megan, I don't know if we want to raise our hands or if we want to go in order, maybe raise our hands if we want to volunteer a line or two until our story ends. And we want to think about the 5 steps I went over today until the story ends. Are you guys ready?
I love it. Yeah. How about some hand raising? Does that work?
Do
That
some
way
hands.
everybody's got a little time to think. Cool.
All right, perfect. All right, so I do have some sentence starters. So I'll pick one and we will begin. Are you guys ready? All right, let's see. Let's do number 4. I hadn't seen the door before. It wasn't there last night. Cautiously, I turned the handle. Does anyone want to go? Megan.
I'll go. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. Cautiously, I turned the handle. The hinges squeaked so noisily in the quiet space as I slowly opened the door, my heart pounding.
Ooh, I like it. Very good. Anybody have another line? What's behind that door?
It was foggy out.
Ooh. Oh, can I add one? It was foggy out. I couldn't see more than an inch beyond my face. Then somebody tapped me on the shoulder. Anybody?
It was my best friend, Lily.
That feels like a dialogue prompt, Lily. I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh. Isabella says it was me, but my face was scratched off.
Oh.
Then I screamed.
Oh, that's a good one. Megan.
Lily's scream sent shivers down my spine, and I immediately screamed in return. The two of us were frozen in space, staring at one another, screaming and wondering what was happening.
Let's see. Lily, what happened to your face? I asked in utter shock once I stopped screaming.
The bear got me! Run!
Megan.
We both immediately began running. However, with the fog and not being able to see more than an inch in front of our face, I quickly tripped and fell. Let's see how good a friend Lily really is. Does she ditch me or does she come back and help me?
I fell down a hole that I hadn't seen before. And there was a slide that took me down to Ryan, what you got?
A creepy forest.
Oh, all right. Inside this creepy forest, I saw strange creatures laughing, jumping, and singing that I'd never seen before. and Lily came tumbling down after me.
Lily wins the Good Friend Award.
Right.
But I fell on my face that was already scratched. So I screamed in pain.
And then Waffles come.
Let's see. I'll go with a kindly looking bear, or a bear with a kindly looking face, emerged in the forest, very different from the bear that had attacked Lily, and expressed great concern over both of us after our fall, and Lily's running with the bear.
I know how you can get home and Lily can restore her face, the strange bear said. All right, Lily.
I have an ointment that can restore your face in 20 minutes. Follow me, and I will show it to you.
The bear seemed friendly, but we were hesitant to trust. What were our alternatives, though? We had none. So we followed our instincts and went with the bear.
Definitely. Let's see, anybody else? All right. The bear took us down this long, winding path. Ruff, ruff, Waffles said, and said as he was trailing behind us. It's okay, Waffles, I said. We can trust this bear. Once the path ended, we came to a big bear cave. But not just any bear cave. There was music, free food, and some of those strange creatures again, but they were jolly.
They greeted
We were
us as
fam-
if we
oh, sorry, go ahead.
one of their own and led us to a comfortable couch with plenty of food and drinks for all.
The bear quickly dispatched one of his friends to get the ointment for Lily's face.
As well as some coffee to soothe her nerves.
Lily's had a traumatic time.
This magic elixir soothed Lily's nerves and cured her ailments. And we stayed with the bear and his friends and family for quite some time.
Definitely.
All right, Teacher Jaquita, how do you recommend we end this? How do we get back to reality? Was it all a dream? What do you think?
You know what? It was a dream. After eating all the food and singing all the songs that we could, a beep, 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 beep noise came out of nowhere. I realized I had been dreaming and it was time to go to school tomorrow. The end.
Excellent teamwork, everyone. That was so much fun.
Good job, class.
I could see that being an absolute blast around a campfire and have it just go on and on and on, right? The options are endless and the creativity is endless.
Definitely.
What do you all think, kiddos and moms, as far as if writing isn't your favorite thing, perhaps, does doing it in this kind of silly, low pressure way, does it make it seem more doable? Does it make it seem more fun to kind of create a story without pressure of having, you're not sitting down to write a Pulitzer, we're just having fun, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even not as a kid, learning, this is just a great experience to kind of have fun with it, but not, like you said, Meagan, there's no pressure to write it. Yeah, I love it. It was great.
And I definitely believe in that. Engagement is just key, right? Engagement is key. Having this low stakes assignment, it gets your reader thinking. And I promise you, even the most reluctant writer is going to be eager. You know what? Once I sit down, I do my pen to paper, have a nice graphic organizer, I'm just more comfortable with the process now. And I want to tell my own story now because I didn't like what such and such said. So I really find that it works, really getting them interested first before we sit down and write. It takes a lot of the anxiety and the pressure out of it.
I like it. And who's to say our Lily and the Bear story isn't a Pulitzer winner? I mean, maybe we should submit it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Definitely.
It could be.
Crosby has something to say.
And for any other parent out there, I can definitely send a link to this these Canvas slides. There's links to funny campfire stories, scary ones, and how to keep your audience engaged. So there's definitely a lot of reading material that you can if you want to, do that. Crosby, your face. You're like, I see you.
Did you want to add something, Crosby?
Has Lily had her coffee today? Because she's
Yeah. I have, but I probably need to have another.
Making sure it's all great. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for joining. If you missed the beginning of our presentation today, we were focusing on telling the perfect campfire story, and Teacher Jaquita was kind enough to come and give us tips for building the perfect campfire story. The reason we are building the perfect campfire story is because this weekend, finally, after a month of build-up and anticipation, this weekend is the Great Outschool Campout. There are links to sign up for all of the events. They're all free. We have an author visit. We have a reptile event going on. We're going to be talking about being good stewards in nature. All kinds of awesome stuff is going on this weekend during the Great Outschool Campout. And now the next time you go camping, you have some awesome skills that are there as well. Teacher Jaquita, what do you teach on Outschool? Obviously writing, but in
writing.
Kind of,
Yes.
we have so many writing teachers,
Yes.
and you've got kind of your awesome focus and approach to writing. Would you tell us a bit about that before we wrap up?
Yes, I focus on academic writing mainly. I teach students how to definitely brainstorm, logically get their ideas down on paper, proofreading and editing skills. So I'm all about the 5-paragraph essay. We do descriptive, narrative, short story, opinion. So anything writing, come see me. So I have a 6-week class. We start all the way back from the sentence. So basic sentence construction, paragraph building, essays. For the more advanced writers, I definitely have a semester long writing class. We write 5 essays. I give feedback, students grow. It's a wonderful time, okay? And I like to keep it engaging. All the writing assignments will be engaging. Your writer's gonna wanna write.
That's what I was just about to say. If you couldn't quite tell from today's presentation, they're gonna write, but they're gonna have fun, right?
Yes.
They're going to have fun. So thank you so much, Teacher Jaquita, for coming and giving us tips today. Lily, Isabella, Crosby, Tara, and Brian, thank you all so much for joining us today and for helping us build a popcorn story. I think Teacher Jaquita and I could have done it together, but it wouldn't have been nearly as much fun without everybody's insight and participation. So thank you all so much for joining us today. And I can't wait to see you this weekend at the Great Outschool Campout. If you have any questions about Great Outschool Campout, Teacher Jaquita, Outschool in general, put it in the comments and one of our team members will be happy to circle back in and answer any questions you have, even if it's on the replay. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
That was super fun.
Bye.
Thank you.